Here's a quick overview of the Work system. When you log into the system, you land on the vehicle view where we can see all our vehicles. We have the registration number, we have the vehicle description, we have the odometer reading, we have the distance and the number of trips during the period, which in this case is October 2025. We can see which departments the vehicles belong to and any groups they're part of. We can filter by date by going in here. Then we can look at a given month, a specific day, or a group of days. We can set a time span. It could be a specific afternoon or an entire year. Over on the right, we can apply filters. Here you can set up your own favorite filter. We can filter by departments, groups, vehicles, drivers, and so on. In settings, we can go in and pull out a report. Then we can export the default. Then we get this out in Excel. And then we can see the registration number, vehicle description, how the trips went. We can see fuel consumption, CO2 emissions, and the next inspection date. If we go in and look at a specific vehicle, we can see each trip separately, as well as the odometer reading, the distance and travel time for the period, which in this case is the 25th of October. We can go in and set a service interval that's either based on the year or on distance. Whichever happens first will trigger a message to the administrators. If we go in and look at a specific trip, it might look like this. We drove from point A to point B, leaving a track behind. We can click anywhere on the track and see what speed you were doing at that moment. We provide basic details about the trip, where it started, where it ended, and the times. We can see the trip distance, travel time, and the maximum speed reached. We can also export to Excel here. We can pull it up using something called selection. We can pull up October 25th or everything since the unit was installed. If we open up that Excel file and have a look, it gets more detailed. Then we get each trip shown separately. We've got an overview where we can dive into the analysis and see how the vehicles are being used. That way we can see which vehicles are used the most. And we can also see the vehicles overall and their usage during the month. We've got a real-time map where you can go in and see all your vehicles, where brown vehicles are stationary and blue vehicles are on the move. If we click on a brown vehicle, we can see when it was parked. And if we click on a blue vehicle, we can actually also see the speed it's doing right now. Back to vehicles. We can, of course, import the vehicles. Then we go into settings, choose import. And here you can download a template. In that Excel template, you enter the details, the registration number, a description of the vehicle, and then we import it. We get everything else from the Swedish transport agency. Same thing under drivers. You download a template, fill in the previous information, and import it. In the administration section, we can add departments, and here we can add as many departments as we like. We can also add as many groups as we like under the departments. Under users, we add our administrators, and you can log in at 5 different levels with varying permissions. Under units, we can see all our devices, which vehicles they're linked to, and so on. If we go into the RFID section, we can see any tags and readers that are linked to pre-identification. Right at the bottom of settings, we can set up a few different travel preferences. We can set up working hours with schedules, presets, and main notifications. Here we can set up reminders for the inspection, reminders for the service, alerts for any connected device, and also the monthly report, so that on the 4th of every month, we get a report sent to